What is your soul's ancient mission? So we're going to have a look at the past life gift that you have carried in. Spirit, for the viewer, may we have a look at what past life gift they have carried with them. We have the Ace of Swords. We're going to have a look at the soul work that you're being asked to remember now. What do we need to know, Spirit, for the viewer? In regards to the soul work that they are being asked to remember, we have the Hanged One and the collective role that you are meant to play. We have got the Two of Swords. So what is your soul's ancient mission with these three cards? It is showing me that you are not here for an ordinary life. It feels that you have come with some kind of ancient contract, one that was written long before this particular lifetime, to bring light and truth and harmony into a world that has forgotten its origins. So those that are going to be drawn to this reading, they are soul emissaries of wisdom, and your past lives were not spent in comfort or compliance, but in initiation, in waiting, in bearing sacred roles that shaped the spiritual DNA of humanity. And in this lifetime, your soul remembers that mission, even if your mind doesn't, and it's beginning to stir again. So some of you are the truth bringers, sent to cut through distortion and illusion. You hold keys of clarity and justice and communication, and your soul contracted to help others awaken through the power of your insight. Others of you are seers and spiritual anchors, here to hold the frequency of deeper reality. So you might feel slow to act, but that's because your mission is to see clearly, not to move quickly. And yours is the role of the oracle, the sacred witness, and the one who shows others how to surrender to the divine rhythm. And some of you are the energetic gatekeepers and soul mediators, here to guide people through complexity and to help them align with truth when standing at a crossroads. And you're not here to impose answers, but to hold sacred space for others to find their way, drawing on your own karmic mastery in balance between heart, logic, and spirit. So this is not just about what you do, it's about what you hold. You are a living embodiment of an ancient mission, to realign this world with deeper truth, to restore spiritual sovereignty, and to lead others, not with noise, but with light. In pile number 1, we asked, what past life gift have you carried into this lifetime? And with this Ace of Swords, it shows that you have carried a sacred gift of clarity and truth speaking and divine insight, the ability to cut through illusion and to offer crystalline perspective to others. And in past lives, you might have been a seer, an oracle, a scribe, a strategist, or even a spiritual judge, someone entrusted with sacred knowledge and sharp discernment. And in this lifetime, that gift remains. This Ace of Swords, it shows this sword piercing upward through the atmosphere. And this symbolizes your capacity to see beyond the emotional fog and the collective confusion, and to deliver words or truths that illuminate, whether that is through writing or speaking or advising or simply knowing. Your truth is a tool. We can see on the hilt of the sword that we have these 2 crescent moons, and this suggests an ancient ability to navigate both intuition and intellect, a harmony of left and right brain, of shadow and light. So this is not just cleverness, this is divine clarity that is rooted in service and higher wisdom. So you are a natural truth bearer, even if that's uncomfortable and even if others resist it. You hold this gift that was once likely revered in temples and councils and sacred teachings, and now in this lifetime it is time to wield it again, but with even more love and compassion and soul integrity than before. So I always like to remind you that this is a collective reading. But if you felt something stir while listening to this reading, a memory, a knowing, a spark, it's likely because your soul has walked this path before. And my goddess lineage and past life reading is designed to help you remember who you are on a soul level. And together we'll explore your ancient mission and the spiritual gifts that you've carried across lifetimes and the goddess energy that you've come here to reclaim. So this is not just a reading, it's a reclamation, and you can book your own reading now through the link in my bio. Pile number 2 is asking about the soul work that you are being asked to remember now. And the Hanged One, it appears not in torment but in deep peace, suspended by this beautiful lotus and what looks to be glittering strands of DNA. And these strands, they wrap gently around the leg and coil up the body like Kundalini energy. And this, to me, it really suggests a sacred activation of ancient codes. This is a card of stillness, but not stagnation. It is a card of enlightened surrender and the kind of wisdom that comes not from doing, but from being. Can you see around the head and the neck? There is this full circle of illumination. It almost looks like one of those old-fashioned ruffs. And this signifies the presence of ancient knowledge and timeless sight. The figure in this card, it is not struggling. They are resting in the remembering of their own divine essence. And you are being asked to return to your role as the keeper of wisdom. So this is soul work that transcends urgency. You're not here to race or to chase. You are here to be a portal for truth and patience and divine timing. And your mission is to hold light in stillness and to awaken through surrender and to trust your presence is transformation. So this might mean stepping back from external chaos or releasing old ideas of productivity and reclaiming the power of observation. So you are someone who's maybe been a seer or a mystic or a spiritual anchor in lifetimes before, and that calling is rising again now. So you carry the light of this lotus, not because you push forward, but because you root deeply into what's eternal. What role are you meant to play in the collective? And this Two of Swords in this deck, it reveals something deeply nuanced about your role in the collective, that you're not here to blindly follow one path or another. You're here to stand at the intersection of diverging truths and to hold space for complexity. So you might be someone who carries both the sword of logic and the sword of mystery, seen clearly in the way that one blade resembles the Ace of Swords. Let me show you. This is the Ace of Swords that we've seen here, and we see it repeated again in this card. This is talking about truth and clarity, and the other one to me almost looks like this unicorn horn, and this might symbolize mysticism or purity and the unseen. So you are this threshold guardian in a human experience, a mediator between two timelines, two paradigms, two ways of seeing, and your presence maybe helps others to pause and to reflect and to make choices that are aligned with their soul, not just with their conditioning. We can see that there is this cosmic being that is gazing down at their reflection in this star-filled sky, and this symbolizes how you mirror truth back to others. There is wisdom in you that transcends this life, and you likely act as a mirror for others to see themselves clearly, and that can be both a blessing and a burden. So people, they may either project onto you, they might idolize you, or they might misunderstand you. But your role is not necessarily to be understood. It is to hold energy